making sure that our schedules are still filled with him, like first and foremost, that we are waking up every day and we are remembering the reason for the season. We are remembering Jesus. We are remembering God the Father, and we are honoring that through our time with him. So every day,
getting that vitamin D every day, and just, really, it's God designed our bodies for a reason.
Yeah.
And he designed them beautifully so that even simply going out and being in your yard can just release so much from your body, and the sun just on your face. It can be so good for you.
Yeah. He gave us that. He gave us the sun. He gave us nature. He did that for a purpose. It all works together for a purpose.
Hi, sweet friends.
Have you ever felt like your soul is just tired, like you're running on empty and your faith feels distant?
We have been there too.
We're two friends, moms, and women walking through the beautiful mess of real life.
This right here is a space where you breathe again, where you rediscover God's peace, his purpose, and the kind of beauty that only comes from a heart revived fully in him.
Join us every Tuesday as we invite you to slow down, exhale, and lean into a biblical, heart-centered revival.
Through authentic, raw stories of faith, conversations, and practical encouragement, you'll learn how to overcome trials, find rest for your soul, and build a daily rhythm of worship, even in the chaos.
Revival doesn't start in a church service, ladies. It starts in our heart. Welcome back.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, it's been amazing.
It has. All right, we feel God.
Yeah.
Just all over the place and here, and it's been so good.
In the room, in the conversation, just, things that we didn't even plan on talking about that just came out so naturally. And so,
both on and off camera.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff we've talked about off camera, we had to be like, wait, stop. No, we got to write this in our notes. This would be a good episode.
Yes.
So God is just on the move, and it's been really, really amazing.
It has been really amazing. We are just feeling so blessed in this. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So good.
So thanks for coming back and joining us.
Yes. This episode is going to be all about showing up for the holidays stress-free.
Stress-free, ladies. Stress-free.
Which we can't operate in chaos. We can't operate in stress.
We can't.
Us moms tend to do that. And
we try really hard, and we kind of fail kind of miserably. And just not showing up as our best selves in that. I mean, I think we all have been there. I think we all try really hard to just make all the things happen and show up beautiful and continue doing all the same things. And I really think that the holidays, especially this season, is a time to just really, again, focus on the reason for the season, Jesus, and find some peace in the slowdown and the not feeling like we have to show up as a Pinterest-worthy woman, and instead show up as a Proverbs 31 woman.
Yes. I like what you did there.
Again, I have no idea where that came from.
I can see it in your eyes. You're like, this is going somewhere.
Oh, he is so good, ladies, when you let him, when you invite him into your heart and just let him work through you, because that's what this is all about. We are letting him just come in and enter the room, and just hopefully his words are being spoke through our lips. And so, so join us if you have your Bible with you. Proverbs 31, we are going to start in verse 10. Who can find a wife of noble character? She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her, and he will not lack anything good. She rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with willing hands. She is like a merchant ships, bringing her food from far away. She rises while it is still night and provides food for her household, in portions for her female servants. She evaluates a field and buys it. She plants a vineyard with her earnings. She draws on her strength and reveals that her arms are strong. She sees that her profits are good and her lamp never goes out at night. She extends her hands to the spinning staff and her hands hold the spindle.
She opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She's not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household are clothed in scarlet. She makes bed coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them. She delivers sashes to the merchant. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates.
So beautiful. I love strength and dignity is her clothing. I think we just put so much pressure on ourselves to just portray and be this woman, and what we wear. I mean, like, we kind of just in picking out our outfits for, how we're going to match each other, what we're wearing every day, what we're wearing to holiday parties. It's truly like that strength and dignity, what he clothes us in. It doesn't matter what we have physically on our bodies, like his presence shines through in us, and he gives us that strength and dignity. And it overpowers, it overshadows anything that we could physically put on or do with ourselves. Like when he shines through in us, that is more beautiful than anything I have ever seen.
And how we carry ourselves.
Yeah.
That is what matters.
Yeah.
I just feel like I can always tell when somebody is of faith, Ige, just by how they act, by how they are towards others. You can pick them out.
Yeah.
We're not looking at what they're wearing.
No.
We're not looking at what car they're driving,
No.
what house they're living in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And usually, like a lot of times, they are so humble that they're not driving something super fancy. They're not wearing something that is super flashy, or I just can't. It's like God shines through us in a way that is just magnificent and beautiful. And like, isn't that what we want?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. And caring for ourselves is part of stewarding our home and our walk with the Lord, giving ourselves permission to slow down instead of hustle. I think as moms, especially, that's really hard to do because there's guilt always associated with it. We feel like taking a rest is us being lazy, when actually taking care of ourselves and resting, that's self-care. And that's all that we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Self-care routines, beauty,
Yeah.
and what that means biblically,
Right.
not what we feel like society is telling us. What does the Lord specifically say about that?
I love that so
That's
much.
right.
Amen, sister. Yes. So we all know that going into the holiday season, it is a stressful and busy time. I mean, we have a range of 4 years, 3 years to 21 years between the two of us. And so although I'm not there anymore, I know you're there. And so I think we have this just wide range of generations to understand that the holidays bring Christmas parties, they bring holiday parties for friends. Sometimes they bring school Christmas parties. There is a lot of activity around the holidays. There's going to look at Christmas lights. There's going to see Santa if you're into going to see Santa. I mean, there's just so much wrapped into a short amount of time, which I think pulls us away from, again, the reason of the season. It pulls us, we fill our time with all of these activities because we want our kids to be able to experience all of it. When in reality, it is the slowdown and in that self-care where we really connect with the Lord, where we really connect with what is this time? Like I'm imagining like where was Mary in this time? You know, she's a month from giving birth to Jesus. What were they thinking? What were they doing? What was the time period like? And when we can really slow down from our hustle and bustle and really put ourselves and insert ourselves into the story, I think it really is just does something to revive our hearts, to bring us into that time period and to bring us into the real reason for the season, which is taking care of ourselves, being slow, like not getting so attached to all of the things, filling up our calendar, making sure that our schedules are still filled with Him, like first and foremost, that we are waking up every day and we are remembering the reason for the season. We are remembering Jesus. We are remembering God the Father, and we are honoring that through our time with Him. So every day, doesn't matter, no excuses. We wake up and we are thankful for another day, another gift that He has given us, another opportunity to just share who He is by our presence, by our conversations. This time of year can be busy in the stores, it's busy in our routines. And so, how can we still reflect Him? How can we still be a light through all of this? And that starts with starting our day with Him each and every day.
Well, and when we're hustling and you got to be here and we're over here and everything's just chaotic and we're just feeling so deflated, it does take away from what it is that we need to focus on. And you can just feel deflated when every day the calendar is the day's over before it's even begun because you're so busy. And when we talk about self-care, what are things that we can do to make sure that we're being taken care of? I know that can sound not conceited or selfish to say like, no, I need to take care of me. But you do. The mom, we play such a big role in our family. And we have littles relying on us, littles and bigs relying on us, you know? And so if you can do just these kind of small anchors each day that start your day out right and carry you through the chaos, the beautiful chaos, right, you know, it will make a huge difference. So we just wanted to kind of throw out some things that we do in our daily routines. So getting morning light, even just stretching for 10 minutes, stepping outside for fresh air. Oh my gosh, my difference. I used to think grounding was some like weird hippy dippy thing. It's a real thing. I recently did this like hair analysis test and my results came back that I was like high in radiation in my body. And I was like, what? What? And she was like going through all the things. And I'm like, nope, haven't had an x-ray recently. Anyways, and she's like, okay, well, the gal that I did the hair analysis through, she's like, go outside and just ground. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it'll release all that from your body. I'm like, just by walking in my yard? She's like, yeah, just go out bare feet. And I was like, that sounds so like, so here I am in my backyard. My neighbors were probably like, what is happening? So just our backyard is like this big. And I just go in circles and ground and getting that vitamin D every day. And just, really, it's God designed our bodies for a reason. And He designed them beautifully so that even simply going out and being in your yard can just release so much from your body and the sun just on your face and can be so good for you.
He gave us that. He gave us the sun. He gave us nature. He did that for a purpose. It all works together for a purpose.
So many ways that we can show up healthy and nourished for ourselves. And a huge way is hydration.
Oh my gosh, Colorado.
Oh man. If you're not in Colorado or if you've ever been to Colorado, it is drier than a desert here.
Yep.
We're at high altitude here.
Mhm.
People come literally to Colorado to train for marathons and all sorts of things because of the altitude. And so if you're not hydrating properly, it'll affect every area of your body. I recently made it a point, probably 3 months ago, to incorporate electrolytes into my everyday. And I notice a difference when I don't take those. I found a really cool brand. It's called Just Ingredients.
Okay.
And so it's like organic.
I love
dyes,
it.
Nothing. You can find it on Amazon. It's awesome. And it's fueling my body.
Yeah.
That was another thing in the hair analysis. She's like, you need to be drinking more water. I'm like, I hate how water tastes. It's the worst. There's no flavor. Like I could go days without
So this is
water.
excuses, ladies. And this is what we all do,
Yeah.
right? It's like, I don't
Yeah.
like the taste of water.
Yeah.
Well, God gave us water.
Yes.
I mean, he is living water, but he gave us like water to hydrate
That's
our
the
body.
only thing our body.
It's like
Literally
it's all
the
we
only
need.
drink that we actually need to survive. And so I do gotta have a little flavor in there. But
And
the
that-
electrolytes, they really help. So dehydration is very sneaky in the winter.
It is. And salt is. So that is just for the hydration talk, is that you can drink a whole lot of water and you're not really consuming it. So your cells in your body is not really consuming it. You do need the electrolytes and the salt in it so that your body soaks it in. And so you could drink however much they say drink what, half of your body weight in ounces of water per day, whatever people say, but you should add the electrolytes or the salt into it because it makes a huge difference. And it's like it makes a huge difference in your mental state and just being able to remember things or just being sharp, like having a sharp mind and just being able to stay focused. It really is huge.
Yeah. Protein's another one. Especially us as women, we do not get enough protein. This one came to me as a surprise too, the lack of protein. I mean, having littles, there's many mornings we're having a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
That's what mom has too. If you've ever looked at the nutrition label on the set of cereal, it's like maybe 2 grams of protein you're getting from a bowl. And
I'm
it's like
surprised
not even good
that you even get protein.
Yeah, it's more heavily in sugar than actual protein. But I think like even one egg is 6 grams.
6 grams, 6
That's
to 8. Yep.
Yeah. So like have 2 eggs, but you're going to have to incorporate like a protein shake in there. Women should be getting 30 grams of protein at a meal. I've recently learned that.
I was going to say your body weight, because like I eat typically 120 grams of protein a day.
Wow.
Which is, and you have to get creative. But once you get that routine down of, okay, I'm going to eat this many eggs, scrambled eggs in the morning. I will scoop protein powder into my applesauce and like eat that. And so, there's different ways to go about doing it. But again, it makes a huge difference in how you're showing up and whether you're grumpy or if you're showing up with a good attitude because you're fueled properly.
Yeah, totally. Man, so good.
Make sure that you're sleeping well. Like that's another thing is our sleep schedules. We are typically, I have had to revert back to, I used to be a night owl. And so I have to, like I set a bedtime for myself and I go to bed because I'm now getting up early in the morning, earlier. If you have littles, you want to try and get up a little bit before your kids so that you do get that alone time with the Lord so that you can have that communication. If you don't have 2 parents in the house or if one's going to work. But then we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of wrapping presents, baking, cooking, all of those nighttime things that we typically do once the kids go to bed. And then we're staying up later and then we're still getting up earlier. And so like our sleep schedule starts to get less and less during the holidays because we have a lot more things on our plates that we're trying to manage and take care of. And that also will just, you'll hit a wall, you'll crash. And so really protecting that sleep schedule If your kids are in the napping stages, maybe take a nap with them in the middle of the day. That was something somebody always said to me, and I could never do it. So I'm guilty of not taking naps during the day.
Oh, man.
But it's like hydration, making sure you're getting your protein, and protecting your sleep. Like those are 3 tangible things that you can do that are going to make the holidays season more manageable. You're going to release some of the stress from that. And it's just going to help with your with your attitude. Like nobody wants you to we're not here to show up grumpy. We want to show up to these events. We want to show up to the things that we have said yes to with a good attitude. Otherwise, don't say yes.
Yep.
Well,
when you're not getting proper sleep, it affects everybody else around you. I very much am a night owl. And, again, there's a time and season for everything. When you have littles, that's going to look completely different because you naturally are just up so much during the night. I'm in this transitional period now where my youngest is 3. So she's not napping anymore. She napped for the longest time and it was amazing. But she's transitioned out of nap style. She's not waking up in the middle of the night though anymore. All of my kids sleep through the night. And so instead of just feeling completely out of sorts the next day, I have had to be very disciplined on like when that clock turns to 10, I have to put it down. With the exception of when there's projects, deadlines, things like that. But you still need to be able to know when to put it down, when to put it away. I am on this like crazy journey of detaching from my phone. And so I started charging it like in a different place so that my phone isn't even next to me at night. Crazy as it sounds, that was really hard to do. Like I had to have my phone here. I would look at Pinterest before I go to bed. That was like my thing. That's like the worst thing that you could do before bed is have this blue light right in your face. And so it was affecting my sleep, my ability to sleep. How what's the sleep cycle?
Your REM.
Your REM cycle. Like when we were tracking that, it was just not good. And so I've actually incorporated magnesium. I take 2 at night. And what a world of a difference that has made.
That's
And I just make it. I actually give my husband 2 because if I don't, he won't remember. So I'm always like, here's your magnesium. Because being a firefighter, he struggles with sleep. And so,
and again, we're taking care of littles and adults.
He's one of my littles. No. But I go into like a deep sleep. But what I've noticed is I wake up so much easier when before. So I've cut out caffeine. Which was really hard. Really hard. Cut out caffeine. Also mainly did that too to help with anxiety. But one of the bonuses I saw from it was how much better I was waking up the next day. So between like being diligent about, and listen, ladies, I'm not always doing it perfect every night. I mean, I've texted you at like 11:30 sometimes with
I have my notifications turned off.
I'm like, answer me. No. But I really like, even my husband's really good at this actually. And I think that comes from him being a firefighter and he's just like, sleep is precious to me. And so like when it's 10, it's like, like he's very, very diligent about
Do you think it's emergency services or do you think it's because they're men? Because Tom is the same way and he worked years in the emergency room and he is like, goes to bed on time, like right when he's supposed to go to bed, he's in bed. And then when his alarm goes off, he hits off and he's out of bed. And I'm like,
that's Nate.
How do you do that? Like I press snooze a few times. I'm like waiting. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. He's so routine.
Yes, which is good.
It's so good.
Both of us were like that. Can you imagine?
No.
And so thankfully our husbands can be that example of like, when it's time to get up, it's time to get up, And so doing things to help you through that, it really does make a world of difference. Just go to bed, pick a time. Like for us, it sounds like it's pretty much 10 o'clock. Would you say? and, get into that, like start reading a book. If you're like really not tired and you're just laying there, I've started reading a book because sadly that does put me to sleep.
Yes.
In fact, my husband, he came over the other day and he like pulled the book out of my hand.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've had it hit my face so many times. Yes.
But it's better than a screen right in front of your face. Take a magnesium supplement and then notice just by, if you feel the need to cut out caffeine or like taper it back a little bit, like do things to help your body and see what that, even try it for a month and see if that changes anything within that month time frame. But I now only press snooze like twice instead of like an hour long.
Yes.
And I don't wake up groggy. Yeah, it's little bits at a time. Yeah. There's one thing like for me, it's like I set my mind to something and I'm like, I'm going to do it. And I like gave myself all these things that I was going to change in my routine all at once. And guess what? That stuck for like a week. And then I just fell back into my regular. And so you got to give yourself grace, ladies.
Yeah.
Try implementing just one thing at a time. Little by little. Probably going to be a lot more successful than trying to just do it all at once.
Agreed. I think that is such a huge, important lesson and just thing to take into the future is try little things, try one thing at a time. Don't try and do it all because that always leads to failure. And you really want to pinpoint and find out what is the cause, what is creating the break in your routine.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier just about what has God given us, water, meats, proteins, vegetables, sleep, like these small things that we like to complicate. But when we can go back to simplicity, go back to the basics of what is natural, what is from the earth, what has been around forever. Those are the things that really work and it's what really matters. And so just try and simplify as much as you can. And I think simplifying through the holiday season will also carry into just the rest of your year because it doesn't have to be just about this season. We just know how crazy this season can be for everybody. But you can really take these practices and use them forever. It matters. It truly matters.
Yes. The more simple you go with things, the more your sanity will just take a deep breath. Like you don't have to come up with a new meal every single day, every single week. It's okay if you have staples. And make sure that you're fueling your body, you're fueling your kids' bodies. And we please be done with snacks. So many snacks every day.
Yes. And that's hard during the season because we've got cookies and we've got baked goods and we've got all the things. And so really just try and simplify it and go back to just the basics, especially during the season. You're going to show up better to events. You're going to show up better to parties. You're just going to show up to your family. You're going to show up better to your family, which is the most important. Your MVPs deserve your best. They deserve a mom who is rooted in Christ. They deserve a wife who is rooted in Jesus. That's what we need to go back to is just that simple routine. Keep it simple. The holidays don't need to be stressful. And we create that stress. So I highly encourage you, if you are stressing, it is time to take a step back and see where that stress is really coming from. And if you're saying yes to things that bring you stress, consider saying no. You don't have to accept all the invitations. You don't have to say yes to all of the things. If you are the president of the classroom and you're always the one doing the parties for the classroom, or you're always the one you can stop that cycle at any time.
You can say no.
You can say no, and you can say it's time for the next woman to do it. It's time for the next person to take charge. And that way you're protecting your space and you're also opening up the door for somebody else to be able to use their gifts and step into it.
Protecting our peace, especially during this time. And hold on to that guilt that if you can't be there at the classroom Christmas party, it's okay.
It is
It's
okay.
okay. You can only do so much for yourself in certain seasons.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, especially having 4 kids, it's like I can't be in 4 different places at once.
Yeah.
So I have to show myself that grace, just release it, protect my peace so that, because if mom's flustered, our kids feel that.
Yeah.
They feed off of our energy. I see that constantly versus when I approach things with just ease, and so do they.
Yeah.
Their response is totally, totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So balance the indulgence and nourishment
Yeah.
without obsessing and restricting.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yes, I love that. And then just as a side note to that, as the indulgent with the, don't be so hard on yourself for enjoying the cookies. Don't be hard on yourself for enjoying, some of the spreads, the buffets, the beautiful presented foods that are at parties. Like, if you are so restricting on yourself, that means you're just restricting on, there's something else going on. There's something deeper, but allow yourself space to enjoy those things. Allow yourself space to get out of your normal routine of, if you run every day, if you bike every day, if you go to the gym every day. Allow space to just let some of that go during the season because of the busyness of things. So sometimes you need to trade one activity for another in order to be balanced.
Yeah.
And so make sure that you're really praying, make sure that you're really connecting with the Father and like, what is important during this time and what can I let go of during this time? And allow yourself space to just enjoy, because He is where the joy is. And so just enjoy it. All of the things.
Yes. And we as moms, we have the unique ability to model what it's like to have a healthy relationship with something.
Yeah.
So if our children are always seeing us just flustered and chaotic and, like, they're going to start to have those tendencies. And so it is a role of ours to live by example.
Yeah.
All in all, we just need to break the belief that self-care is selfish.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
It's not.
And taking care of our body, it impacts our patience, our joy, and the most important, our ministry to our family.
Oh my gosh, yes. Amen. And you see Jesus do that throughout His ministry of, when they went and did big acts of feeding the 5,000. But you see the rhythm, you see His rhythm of, they would go do something big and then He would go away and He would take care of Himself and He would go pray to the Father. He would go off alone and then come back to the disciples, regroup. And then it was like they did that all over and over again. So with every big thing that we do, we need to take that time to rest. We need to take that time to reconnect with Him, because He's the only one that's going to fill us through this season. We are not going to get filled through these parties. We're not going to get filled through the celebrations, through our families, through our kids, through our husbands, through our spouses. We will get filled by Him. And so it's like that rhythm of, make sure that you're still taking care of yourself and taking time in between all of the activities, in between the hustle and bustle.
That self-care doesn't always look like a bubble bath.
No.
Or a day out at the spa. It can be as simple as choosing to spend 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes with the Lord on your knees in the chairs.
But yeah, and that's like an example. It doesn't look the same for everybody. You have to find where you're connecting with Him.
Yeah.
That's what is important. And keep searching, keep seeking, keep knocking until you find Him.
So leading into simplifying beauty in the holiday rush.
Yeah, which is what we talk, it's like Proverbs 31 talks about this woman and how she shows up and her presentation. And so it's, like we do, I think we adding some mascara, like making sure that we're showing up presentable, that gives us confidence. It gives us like a boost of energy, because we're usually at home, like scrubbing toilets and taking care of kids and doing all of the things that when we go out into the world, it just is like nice to show up as I don't know, like a good representation of ourselves. Just put together. Yeah.
I totally agree. I know that even just having like a 5-minute makeup look for myself where it doesn't have to be extreme.
Yeah.
It can be. So we keep it basic around here.
Yeah.
Like I love makeup, but I don't feel the need to have to wear it every day. But I know when I do, if I put just a little bit on, I get out of the leggings, out of the jammies. I am so much more efficient that day.
Yeah.
It's crazy what it can do. I had somebody tell me one time, she's like, why do you feel like you have to put makeup on? Like you look fine without it. And I'm like, I know. And I'm very like, secure in that. It's not like a lack of that or anything, but
Right.
when you do, you just feel like a little, it's like a little pick me up.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with wearing makeup. There's not. Now it does become a problem if you're like, I just can't be seen without this. I can't, I don't have this on. I just, you got to see yourself the way Jesus sees us. And I think that's what's fun about being a girl. It's so we can have makeup and feel put together. And we can revive our hair in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Just refresh, twist it up. And, that's one thing about having short hair. I'm like, dang, I really miss my messy buns because messy buns are so cute nowadays.
So cute.
They are. And so, just simple ways, whatever works for you, whatever just gives you that extra little pep in your step. Don't feel guilt or shame about it.
No.
Know that you are beautiful and you are clothed in dignity and you are made in God's image and you don't need makeup to tell you that. There's some fun in having.
There's a lot of fun in it. Like she's been doing me up lately and it's been fun.
Yeah, this makeup look here. It took me probably
5 minutes, maybe.
7 minutes tops.
Yeah, tops.
With conversation, give or take, but it was so quick.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I like to tell my clients, like, your skin is beautiful. Use that. Don't feel like you have to cover it all up. We just accentuate the areas and the beauty that's already there. There is a way to do that, and it makes it go by so much quicker.
Yeah. Because you shouldn't be spending an hour getting ready. Like, we don't have time for that. And so if you are spending an outrageous amount of time on your hair, on your makeup, on figuring out what to wear, then that becomes a problem because you're taking time away from your family. You're taking time away from just the activity around you. Yeah. And it's frustrating. Yeah. It's frustrating to spend that much time getting ready for something. I don't think we need to be spending that much time. And so we just want to encourage you that showing up for an event or going out, getting ready, putting that pep in your step doesn't have to take a long time. Like it can literally take 5 to 10 minutes. And if it's taken a long time, then I think that that's something that you need to evaluate and pray on of what am I doing? So
yeah. The amount of times I've done my makeup in the car, last minute,
Oh
just have a little something,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always go back to where your heart's at.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. And if it's all too much, I wear mascara. That's my go-to is mascara. I take it camping. I take it on the river. It's ridiculous.
But eyebrows.
Eyebrows. But it is like what you said of like you get more accomplished. If I wake up, make my bed, get ready, get dressed, like get out of my pajamas, I am more productive that day. Yeah. There's something I think God wants us to get up and be ready for the day. It doesn't have to look like putting on a full face or wearing heels, taking an hour to get ready. It is just like, get up and prepare yourself for the day. Prepare yourself for what's ahead. And it just gives you the energy. It gives you good energy.
Yes, it does. Even a cute little pair of sweatpants.
Yeah.
S&B sweatpants and be cute.
Yes.
Luckily, like 90s grunge is in right now.
Yes. Take it.
It's so true. Like even just making your bed you will at least done something that day. And that takes no time at all.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to myself on this one because for so many years, I think just being in the throes of littles and babies and everybody relying on me to literally feed them from my body. The last thing I wanted to do was make my bed. But when you are just in that whirlwind of life in that beautiful stage, do the simple things that help you feel accomplished for that day. No matter what that looks like. I think we've given like so many different small tasks that you can do, but pick one day, pick something the next. But make your bed a priority every day. It's something so simple that helps you just start your day.
Yeah. And I have girlfriends who we've talked about them making the bed, because when I mentor women, I'm like, that is like one of the tasks. Just do that every day. Just start doing that every day. You will feel better. Whenever you walk into your room, you'll see a made bed. And no matter what happens during the day, you'll be able to you'll go to bed and your bed will be made.
Yes.
And so I have girlfriends that are like, well, how do you make your bed? Do you tuck in do you tuck in the side sheets? And I'm like, well, I do. And they're like, oh, I just pull it all up and make it look like it's made. And I'm like, so whatever works for you.
We had to have a reality check a little bit of like, literally have to just zip your bed. But it goes back to like, what are we modeling for our kids?
Right.
Exactly. You know, if they see mom not making her bed, you know, they're not going to want to make our bed. Like we, as moms, we are trying to instill those things in our kids so that it doesn't feel like this like dreadful thing. It just becomes ingrained in them.
Right.
That's just what I do when I get up.
Yeah.
So,
and I think what God gives us, we take care of.
Yep.
You know, if He has blessed us with things, we take care of those things.
Such a good point.
Yes. Yes. And so that is something to model for our kids. Yeah.
And speaking of kids, you know, we've touched on that. Kids feel our energy. They know a regulated mom versus a stressed out mom. They can feel that and they feed off of that. And God doesn't ask us to burn out. He asks us to be present and available, especially for our family.
Yeah. And so if any of the stuff is getting in the way of that, then you need to leave the stuff.
Yep.
You need to say no. You need to cancel on whatever commitments you have. Because if you're not showing up well for your family, then that is a problem. And that is a problem in God's eyes. I mean, He is hurt by that.
Yeah.
He has gifted us with our children, and we don't do it perfectly. We don't love them like He loves them. But we can continue to show up and we can continue to try and we can continue to make life better and worry about their hearts and worry about what we're modeling for them. And I think that as they grow and as they age, then those traditions and a lot of those things that you're wanting right now in this part will start to naturally happen. And also, I think we have this unique, Kimber is a homeschool mom. My kids are in school. And so I think that during the holiday season too, a lot of times things just get thrown out of whack because school routines are thrown off. And so just really keep that in your mind that when your kids are home and when we're not in the routine of school, embrace that. Find joy in that. Remember that those moments are fleeting and we don't always get that time with them. So if we have to release our routine outside of God, we release our routine outside of God and we love our kids well while they're home and while we're not in that routine of school. You know, we come from this place again where we're 15, 17, and 21 in my house. And so if I could go back, I don't want to go back, but the mom in me really just, you know, if there's something I can model for my kids now that I missed the mark on back then, because I missed a lot of marks back then, it is to love my kids well and to cherish the time because my kids they're friends, they have driver's licenses, they're going to places on their own. I don't get that anymore. But I was such a stressed out mom when they were kids. And so if I could go back and change some of the things that is one of the things I would change, is just loving them better through the season.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
And I can see it in your eyes, how much you mean that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on that. We're breaking into that spectrum a little bit with Lisa and who's 12, but my kiddos are 3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah.
And, we're getting in those parts with my older ones where I'm like, I've told my husband, like, it's too late. It's too far gone. It's not.
Never.
They're 9
It's
and
never. Yeah.
it's not too late.
Yeah.
And they, again, the gift of time
Yeah.
that we can give our kids.
And I think God gives us that back, and my 21-year-old, he comes to us now more than ever. And so the time that we get, and so time is not wasted, but I think as moms, just the realization that we can show up better, and that's the first part of it, is just joining with God in a way that he provides to us so we can provide to our kids. And it happens at different stages for all of us. And for me, it's happened as my kids were older. I found God 7 years ago. And so I didn't have that in my life. You're seeking and finding that your daily time with him, it really matters. And so you're getting to see the fruits of that at a younger age, but still it's not perfect. We're still going to fail. We're still going to, sin and fall on our face and get angry when we don't want to get angry and frustrated when we don't want to be frustrated. But the knowledge of it and just having it in the forefront of our minds, I think makes a big difference.
Totally. It really does.
Yeah. So love yourselves well through this season. Love your family well through this season. And then everything else is just cake,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really is that simple. Let go of the unrealistic Pinterest holiday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh,
This season is about Jesus and not trying to juggle
Right.
everything. The classroom parties, the sports, the gift giving, like all of it. It's just remember who we're here for.
Yeah.
Who our creator is.
Yeah.
And showing up as you.
Yes. Celebrate his birth. Yeah. Just celebrate him. That's how we can love him well and love ourselves well and love our families well.
Join our free Facebook community and follow along on all social media platforms to connect with other women seeking heart revival, spiritual renewal, and authentic faith. And be sure to click the follow button on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. We can't wait to see you on the inside. Bye. Bye.